Palm Sunday is the only occasion, apart from Good Friday, in which the Gospel of the Passion of Christ is read in the whole liturgical year. Since we may not comment on the entire Passion narrative, we will focus on two moments, Gethsemane and the Calvary. It is written about Jesus in the Garden of Olives. He began to feel sorrow and anguish and said to them, "My soul is sorrowful even to death. Remain here and watch with me." An unrecognizable Jesus. He who commanded the winds and the seas, and they obeyed him, who told everyone not to fear, has now fallen prey to sadness and anguish. What is the cause? It is all contained in one word, the cup. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass me by. The cup indicates the immensity of suffering that is about to fall upon him. But not only that. Above all, it indicates the weight of divine justice that men have provoked with their sins and transgressions. It is as we recite during the Holy Mass. The sins of the world that he has taken upon himself and that weigh on his heart like a millstone. The philosopher Pascal said, Christ is in agony in the Garden of Olives until the end of the world. We must not leave him alone all this time. He is in agony wherever there is a human being struggling with sadness, fear, anguish, and in a situation that has no way out like him that day of anguish. We cannot do anything for the agonizing Jesus of that time in the garden, but we can do something for the Jesus who is agonizing today. We hear every day of tragedies and the wars that are taking place, and sometimes conflicts in our own environments where we study and live, even in our religious communities, at the door of the person who lives next to us, without anyone noticing anything, perhaps with my colleagues in the seminary. How many gardens of olive and Gethsemanes are in the heart of our communities, parishes, and the cities? Let us not abandon those who are in these environments. Let us now go to Calvary. Jesus cried out with a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" and with that loud cry he breathed his last. I am going to say something shocking, but I will explain. Jesus on the cross seems to have lost hope in God. On the cross, Jesus atoned in advance for all the atheism or unbelief in the world. Not only that of those who have been declared as atheists, but also that of those who practice atheism, those who live as if God does not exist, relegating him to the least position in their lives. In this sense, we are all more or less atheists when we care less about God, and Jesus on the cross expressed this human tendency of no longer believing in God, especially in moments of great difficulty. However, you in this seminary who are studying sacred scripture know that Jesus on the cross does not express himself as an atheist or a non-believer, but recites Psalm 24, which at first seems like the cry of an abandoned person. In the end, the Psalms concludes with these words: God did not despise or disdain the affliction of the poor. He has not hidden his face from him, but at his cry for help he has heard him. Unfortunately, today we see that God is an outcast. He has been cast out of the lives of most people. Here too it must be said that in this sense Jesus is on the cross until the end of the world. He is in all the innocent who suffer. He is nailed to the cross in the terminally ill. The nails that still keep him tied to the cross are the injustices that are committed against the poor and against those who have lost their faith. In a Nazi concentration camp, a man had been hanged on the gallows. Someone, pointing to the victim, furiously asked a Christian standing next to him, "Where is your God in this moment? Don't you see him?" He replied, "He is there hanging on the gallows." In all the deposition from the cross, the figure of Joseph of Arimathea always stands out. He represents all those who even today challenge regimes or public opinion to approach the condemned, the excluded, the sick, and the non-believers, and do their best to help one of these to come down from the cross. For some of these crucified of today, the designated and awaited Joseph of Arimathea could very well be me, and it could be you.